We have been watching closely, as you said. I'm here with Tom Serafin, political analyst, Stephen Caliendo, professor from North Central College, and of course, Illinois State Comptroller Susana Mendoza. Thank you all for joining us and sticking around tonight. You guys are watching these numbers coming in. What are your thoughts? Right now, Donald Trump is ahead.
Well, yeah, but a lot of the blue cities have not reported completely. Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Detroit are still out there, so in that blue wall, we don't know yet. Arizona's still out there. Nevada is still out there. Yep. Iowa's surprised. It's kind of pink, kind of blue, kind of red. So, I mean, I'll go back to the professor.
It's a rainbow.
And it's funny because, Susana, you've been watching the AP, and 1 minute you're saying what, 1 minute you're saying this, 1 minute you're saying that. I mean, it is constantly
like,
changing.
for example, just 10 seconds ago, Michigan, they had it, or Wisconsin, I think it was, they had it, it flipped again. Yeah. Michigan, they have now, Michigan right now is leaning blue, right, which means Kamala Harris, but just, 10 seconds ago it was pink, and then it went back. So, yeah, this is just going to be a long night, folks. So
just get ready for it. Professor, what do you want to say about that? Because seriously, I mean, we are going to be here for a while. What's going on out there?
Well, look, so far, Donald Trump hasn't won anything that he hadn't won previously, right? And there's no big surprises there. The big prizes are still out, and we need to know how Kamala Harris will perform compared to how Joe Biden performed in 2020. I mean, I think that's really where we are.
How about North Carolina and Georgia? What's your take on this?
Well, I mean, I think, look, North Carolina and Georgia are not must-wins for Kamala Harris, but if she wins them, her path gets easier. At this point, though, we still have, as you said, Tom, there's a lot of the suburban areas and the around the cities haven't reported yet. And so
does Virginia tell you anything, the narrowness of that race?
The thing about, no, only because it looks like the parts that are still out are D.C. suburbs. And so those are going to break for Kamala Harris and probably pretty big. But we don't know what else is out there.
Yeah. Let's talk about Wisconsin, because there's a huge focus on Wisconsin the last few days, and it's been watched very closely.
Yep.
Much has been made too about the blue wall. Right now we're seeing the numbers coming in that are changing back and forth. Right. But really, what is the county in Wisconsin that's going to make the difference?
Well, where Milwaukee's at. Milwaukee's still out, right? Kalamazoo, those are going to be big Kamala Harris votes coming in, and they're still out. So I think, you can't really, and right now it's in the pink, so not red, right? It's in pink, but it's still, again, there's a lot of votes still missing, and we would anticipate that. I think knowing that Milwaukee and Kalamazoo haven't come in, that's...
And Door County up
north. Those are going to be for her.
Door County, where everybody goes in vacations, that has gone with the winner in the last four races. So, I'd like to see where Door County is going right now.
Yeah, so as we're looking at Door County and we're all waiting for those to come in. Let's go back to Pennsylvania, because, so much has been made about that. What's trending in Pennsylvania?
This is exactly when we've all been watching this very closely in Pennsylvania, because Donald Trump has a slight lead there. We have almost no results from the Philadelphia area. And, of course, that's the largest city. It's going to be a very blue area. The suburbs are going to matter a lot, but certainly the inner city will break for Kamala Harris. And so how much? I mean, remember, the strategy for the Trump campaign wasn't necessarily to abandon it, was try to cut into that lead a little bit. Same way that Kamala Harris went to so many of those rural counties in places like Georgia, where she said, I don't have to win the county, I just have to lose by less, right, than Biden lost by in 2020 to help make up a difference.
I'm not even going to ask any of you who you think is going to win tonight. What I want to ask you is, when do you think we'll know? Bets?
Well, it depends. It does depend if it's very close. If it's very close, some of those swing states have like 4 days that you can wait until after the election to count the votes or tabulate them all. So it just really, it comes down again to this electoral college that was created by the founding fathers, and frankly, there were no mothers involved in that. And maybe it's time. It is. I'm just going to say, like, what about the founding mothers? Yes. Maybe it is time to revisit this, start a women's movement, the founding mothers who can give birth to a new nation that actually make sure that everyone who votes in it counts. Because, it feels like we don't count.
On that metaphor
I just came up with it right now, but I'm just saying, we need some founding mothers in charge.
Susana, thank you so much for joining us.